Hey guys, how you doing? Just a little vlog today. Just was kind of reflecting back on, where, how I got to where I am, and I kind of I had an old lead installer slash field supervisor who just recently contacted me and congratulated me on starting on my own business and wished me good luck and everything. But man, I'll tell you what a guy, real nice guy, very not judgmental. As long as you were working hard for him, he would always just try to give you a little bit more knowledge, every time. But I think he works. Over in El Dorado County now. Last time I heard, he was working for one of the big companies there. But I think he's like field supervisor and just a wealth of knowledge. But here's one of the guys that like taught me how to braise. And not just slap it on, but like do a nice job of brazing. And so the fact that I take pride in what my welds, what my brazes look like, is all attributed to this guy, Shad. So he would teach me how to put a little bit on, and then like run the beat, run that solder down into the groove, and then not gum it up, not make it all look bubbly and everything, and but really make those look nice. And he just took a lot of pride in his work. So there would be things that, if you were putting on mud on a package unit, maybe he would run some of that painter's tape, along the side of it, so that when you pulled the tape off, it looked like a nice clean line. And so I still do stuff like that today. But these are the kind of things that when you're an upcoming technician in the field, listen to your leads, listen to the experienced guys, and see what they do and why that makes you'll understand why that makes them good and why they've gotten to where they are. So there's all kinds of tricks to learn out there in the field, and if you'll pay attention and work hard and show that person that you're working hard. If he asks you to go to the truck and get him something, don't make it take 3-4 minutes. Get down, get back up, make it seem like you were trying to trying your butt off to get down there and get back. And if you can't find it, call him on your cell phone and talk it out. Don't waste time by like going all the way back and asking him and then running all the way back and going and looking in the truck. Be resourceful, be efficient, and learn how to get faster every time you're doing your job. When you're doing your condenser coils, new HVAC techs, when you're doing your probably one of the first things you're going to learn besides duct work is doing a condenser coil, installing that. And so brazing, wiring, wire sizes, how to run seal tight, how to strap it to the wall and make it look nice, instead of being all wobbly. The foam that goes over the insulation tube, over the suction line, from the wall to the unit, not cutting it off too short, making it look all snug and making it look how it's supposed to be. If you don't know the answers to these problems, ask. Come out and let him know, hey, does this look right to you? It'll show him that you care. And he's going to see that. He's going to tell his boss. He's going to tell the install manager. He's going to tell the service department manager, hey, this guy really cares. He asks a lot of good questions out there. So, one of the other things is, like, I don't smoke, but I haven't smoked in a long time, but some guys do. And when you do, get that thing down and get back to work, okay? And hopefully don't do it right in front of the homeowner's house when they're if they're home and all that stuff. So just stuff like just stuff like jerking around when you guys could be working. You found somebody to talk to, or like a delivery truck driver comes by the house to drop off parts. That doesn't mean spend 15-20 minutes BSing with him. Like, that is one of the most biggest pet peeves that I would have with workers. And even as I was a helper, you know, coming up, some of the lead installers, not Shad like I was talking about, but some of the lead installers I had to work with, that kind of came and gone, you know, they came and went like really fast, would stand around BSing, you know, and just find a reason to just sit and just talk. Like that's a big peeve of mine. And we got work to do. I'd like to get it done by a certain time, so let's get on it, you know. So eventually, you know, after learning the condenser coil and getting good at it, getting fast, you know, like getting that thing, you know, it should only take you a couple hours to get that thing, you know, out and installed back in, fully installed back in. If you're doing it on a daily basis, you should be getting quicker and quicker, knowing exactly what you need to bring from the truck to the condenser coil. I know it's in the backyard, and I know it's a long walk around there, but find ways to get more efficient. Carry your bins back there, carry your vacuum pump, your nitrogen, and also when you're going back to the truck to pick up something, you know, take something with you. Don't ever go back to the truck empty-handed. So, you know, that's something I always try to remember is if I'm doing a furnace or doing a coil, or even just cutting out a larger hole for a supply register or something like that. You know, anytime I go back to the truck, I try to bring something with me so that when I'm done with that particular job, I don't have to, you know, try and get it all done at once. I could have saved, you know, you could have saved time by taking it back. You know, as a new guy, there's also other things that you could have done, that you could do to really show that you want to move ahead, you want to advance. If you guys are driving together to the truck, or if you guys are driving together to the job, and you pull up at a gas station, don't just sit in the truck. Get out, either pump gas with him, stand next to him, or wash the windows on the, you know, wash the windows on the front of the truck, or wash, you know, wipe the side mirrors. Just do something productive instead of just sitting there in the you know, in the passenger seat, you know, playing on your phone. Things like this are gonna move you along a lot faster. People are gonna notice that you're a real go-getter, and you're gonna move. You want to move ahead. I remember one particular time when I was just starting out. I got put with a crew that, you know, they did like to stand around and talk a lot. But this particular day was raining cats and dogs outside, and they told me to, you know, hey Fox, you want to learn how to, you want to put the condenser on, you know, hook up the condenser. I'm like, yeah, it's, you know, it's raining, right? And I'm telling you guys, I was totally green. I didn't realize, oh, you can use a pop-up or you could use an umbrella or anything like that. They're like, yeah, just go put it on. And so I did, you know, freaking electrical panel open. It wasn't a heat pump, so it didn't have a control board or anything, but just had the contactor and capacitor. But so I'm out there brazing that thing, brazing those pipes in, doing the thermostat wire, putting the disconnect on, all that stuff. I wasn't super efficient at it yet because I hadn't had too many chances to do it, but they gave me a chance. Somebody gave me a chance to go do that, and you know, I was one of those guys that wrote, you know, I wrote stuff down because I didn't, you know, I wanted to learn, but I don't retain a lot of things in my head. When they say, you know, first do this, then do this, then do this, you know, just like pumping down the condensing unit. When you get to the job, high side first, you pump down, press the contactor, and then you shut off the suction line. Okay, that's good that you told me that. I'm gonna write that down because I need to do that a few times before I memorize it. So that's the kind of person I was. So on this particular job, I had this piece of paper with all my notes written down, and the entire page got soaked. You know, it was just raining so bad. It took me, I think it took me a few hours that day to get, you know, 3.5 hours or something like that to get that condensing unit put in. I was still pretty slow at it, but by the time I was done with it, I had no rain gear, no umbrella, no pop-up tent or anything like that, and I was soaked. I was soaked to the bone. All my clothes were drenched, my underwear, my socks, my boots, you know, and I got done with that, and they were like, oh, okay, well, now that you're done with that, go ahead and, you know, do the tape and seal all the registers and do the thermostat. And, you know, mind you, the second guy that was on the job, the second, like, helper, he just wasn't doing anything on that particular job. But I told him, I said, I'm going home, man. I have no offense to you guys, but I'm going to go get some dry uniforms on. I'll be back in an hour. You know, charge me or don't pay me or whatever, but I didn't realize I was going to get so soaked today, so he was cool with it. He let me, but I think they were just trying to dog me because I was new. And you just run me into, kind of run me into the ground and see if I could take it. But that's what you got to be able to do. The guy tells you to go up there, go way back in that hole and mud up that C-box, mud up that can, mud up that collar. You need to go back there and do it. You're not going to have to do this for the rest of your, every day for the rest of your career. But when you're starting out, you're going to have to take on these crappy little assignments and go do them. So, but I want to assure you, you will progress, you will get faster, you'll get smarter, and you're going to learn how to do these jobs better. And the hard jobs, the belly crawls under the house, the running the high voltage line under a house for your lead installer who tells you to go run it, so that you can run a new circuit and then staple it up and all that stuff. You don't have to do that. It's not going to be like that every day for the rest of your career. It's going to be like that sometimes, but you'll get better at it. And also things like crawling under the house, you'll start to, your body will adapt to it, so like the first couple times you do it, it's exhausting. It's, belly crawl, army crawl down underneath that house. It's exhausting. But if you keep, you keep doing it every once in a while, your body's going to get stronger, and you're going to be able to endure that, quite frankly, some of the pain and some of the exhaustion that occurs when you have to do those kinds of assignments. Doing, reducting a house in the subfloor is tough work, but eventually you get stronger, and your shoulders and your arms get, can take it more. So, all right, well, that's about it for now. I'm going to try and do a couple more videos for new guys, because I remember what it was like starting up, and if it's anything I can do to help out any guys or gals that are interested in getting in the HVAC service, I'd like to share some of my, some of the stuff that I learned as I was coming up. So, but I try not to make my videos too long, so let's move forward. Shout out to Shad for giving me a text message today and wishing me good luck with my new business. I appreciate it. He reminded me of what it was like, when I first started. Go back there and put that duct on. How do you do that? Well, here's what you do. You do this, then you do this, then you do this. Oh, okay. Now go do that 16 more times. So all good, man. I learned a lot from him. Learned a lot, later after I was working with him from another guy. And really, the more lead installers, the more advanced service technicians you get to work with, the better technician you're going to be. So just because they have a different way of doing it than the last guy told you how to do it, try it. Just do it. It's going to make you a better technician, and you're going to be thankful 5 years from now. You're going to be like, man, I remember all these guys were giving me different ways of doing it, but this is the way I like to do it because it seems like the best way. So, okay, guys, Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay safe out there. Pay attention. Work hard. Be efficient. Be smart. Learn from your mistakes. And we'll see you on the next video.